This is a vase style aquarium we have in the Aqualab gallery here in San Jose that I wanted to cover. I sort of wanted to just mention the materials and plants we ended up using and sort of how we designed the filtration system, or lack thereof, to work for this aquarium. You know, a vase style aquarium does pose some unique challenges and limitations. Often, you know, they're blown glass, so they're pretty fragile and a little delicate. Also often, especially with the spherical style bowls and vases, it's very hard to place any standard filters on the rim, so you can't really do that either. So our recommendation is to go for the all natural method, where you basically are using bio within the display itself and somehow facilitating circulation so that you can get a good healthy environment without the need for a true power filter or man-made filter. So let's take a closer look. Actually, interestingly, I'm pretty sure this is self-collected stone. I think I collected this on a hike somewhere where that would have been allowed. But besides the stone, I did choose a selection of popular aquatic plants. There is Monte Carlo, there's some petite Nano anubias. I see some Cryptocoryne parva, which is a smaller species of, or variety of crypt. And lastly, there is some Cyperus helferi, which gives you a really nice, tall, grassy bush sort of appearance. So those are some classic plants. And the other key factor as to why they were selected is, if you notice, the system runs entirely on air. So air powers the circulation, it powers the filtration, you could say, and in addition, it really provides the gas exchange and the CO2 enrichment to the environment. By constantly offering atmospheric levels of CO2 to the aquarium, we make sure it doesn't ever get limited within the environment. And so, without the need for actual pressurized CO2 system, we're actually able to get a really great ground coverage with the carpeting plants, and healthy, a little bit slow growth with the rest of the plants, simply because they're able to access their need for carbon in other ways. So, careful plant selection is definitely an important consideration in setting up a more basic vase style aquarium, especially if you're not going to have CO2 injection. This tank is now probably, gosh, I could probably look it up and see when it was set up, but it's under a year old at this point. We have an AI Prime LED light and a single air stone and air pump to power it. Other than that, there is no equipment or filtration. Something to think about is, you know, these vase style aquariums, I think they look deceptively simple. You know, it's just an air stone, a light, and an escape. But again, you know, to pull off an aquarium that doesn't rely on man-made or power filtration in order to be success requires a little more restraint, one, on how much you stock, and, you know, the ratio and balance of livestock and bioload to plants. You know, to pull off something like this takes actually, I think, a little more knowledge, a little more experience, a little more at least know-how as to how to properly pull off an aquarium. But if you do understand that, you don't need a lot to achieve a really beautiful planted vase aquarium. As you can see, I've been letting this tank grow out and mature really without much of any fish bioload, just the nutrients available in the soil. But I think I'm ready to add some fish. And so some guiding principles in selecting for this habitat, and keeping in mind that I want to try to keep this low maintenance and keep an easy to maintain balance in the aquarium. You know, my goal is to not stock it very heavily. I'm going to choose small fish. I'm going to choose small numbers of those fish. I will add some invertebrates as well to just facilitate some general cleanup and add to the beauty and biodiversity. But the key thing is choosing small and few number of animals to put in here, because in a small, simple system like this, you don't want to overwhelm the biofilter. with too many fish. So I have a small group of endlers, 3 endlers, and then I have 5 cherry shrimp and 2 crystal reds. So with the invertebrates, you don't usually have to worry too much about the bioload, and I kept it at 3 small fish for the animals. I think it's going to be an easy to maintain setup. So I've already been acclimating for 15 minutes, and the fish are ready to go into their new home. If you still have any questions about this video, please feel free to leave a comment. If you found it insightful or if you agreed with it, please make sure to like it. And if you want to follow more content like this, please make sure to subscribe.